So that almost looks like
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, Judy.
We get the stars. We get the stars.
All right, I have to have notes here because there's a lot of stuff. So first, I want to thank you all for coming. This is a film that obviously Ricochet is in, but tonight is not just about Ricochet, it's about every single one of you that are here. Because every single one of you have had some interaction with Ricochet, whether it was a volunteer, a participant, a donor, a friend, whatever it may be over the last 10 years that Ricochet's been doing this work. So this is your night, so we want to honor you. Let's see. I'm out of breath already. So what I would like to do first is, this film shows a part of Ricochet that not everybody gets to see. Like, everyone knows that she surfs, and it's been all over the media for 10 years that that's what she does. But what she really does is she works with veterans and service members who have PTSD. And she is able to reach so deeply into their soul to help them heal. And we are very fortunate tonight to have some of our veterans and service members here. So I would, if you feel comfortable to stand up. And I just ask you all, let's give them a big round of applause. Yes. Standing ovations. That's what we do. Thank you guys. Yes. And I will say thank you for the sacrifices that you have all made, and not just you yourself, but your families. Because we know that it's not just the service member or veteran that is on their journey. See yourselves during the sharing circle, if you remember when we did that on the beach. So you might want to come back again to kind of see yourself again. Like, because it's really quick. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands that it's, and then when you're not in here, there's a selfie station out there. I have no idea what's going on right now with everybody, so I would love you to take selfies so I can see the fun that maybe everybody's having. And do a hashtag of Surf Dog Ricochet and Superpower Dogs if you post it to Instagram or Facebook. We also have, I forgot, you're videotaping. This is supposed to be a live feed. Oh, I forgot. If anybody, Ashley. She's an admin on our page. You need to start the thing, I'm sorry. Sorry, everyone. So, yeah. We're doing a virtual party on Ricochet's Facebook page while we're here. Everybody else who couldn't be here is going to celebrate there with similar things, selfies and such. There is a food table out there, just kind of light fare food, so take what you want. Ricochet will take your leftovers. Popcorn, it looks like most of you have already gotten the popcorn, soft drinks, water. It's all complimentary of Ricochet. I think everybody has a party favor, yes? Okay, because there's a raffle ticket in there, you need it. And then also out there on the selfie table, there's like at a wedding where you have a guest book and people sign. We kind of kept with the theme of being in the movies. So it's like a little film strip cards. If you can leave a message for Ricochet, that would be great for us to keep forever and forever. Let's see. A few people have asked me about making donations. Tonight is not about that. So if you want to do that on your own somewhere, just surfdogricochet.com. You can donate on there. But has nothing to do with the fundraiser tonight. Okay. So first, we're going to do now is a raffle. This first raffle is kind of like a secret raffle. There's no tickets. It's just that we don't have a whole lot of time to do this. So, John, I just saw you. Hi.
Hi, Judy.
So these were picked randomly a couple days ago, and they'll be out. These prizes, raffle prizes, will be out on a table with your name on it. We have the winners, which I will tell you who they are. We're not going to give it to you at this moment, but when you go after the movie and go to the table, you'll find your prize. So here are the winners, and this These prizes are all Superpower Dogs swag. So there's like hats and t-shirts, and there's even a couple ball throwers. So, yeah. So here's the winners of those. Ready? Ashley, you're a winner. Chelsea Meyer, Mary Wrighton, Chris Martin, Debbie Lynn, Sarah Doney. You have to take a prize for whoever you are, her husband. Debbie Parker, Dee Musa, Colleen Hutchinson, Kevin Carter, Mike Prestige, Tina Dietrichson. Max Moore's not here, so somebody else can take his, whoever wants it. Oh, yeah, you could take it then for your dad. Perfect. Let's see, where did I leave off? Sheba Gahid?
Dr. Guy.
Sorry. Randall Nisliet? Lori Johnson? Kashana Poole? Nedra Abramson? Riley Phelps? Lindsay Ferreira? Elaine Snavely? Larry Brambles? And Kevin Carter. Did I say that already? Yeah. Okay. He's on there twice. I don't know. Okay, so if you guys got an invitation, which you all did, you'll notice on there I had the Paw'cademy Awards. So what that is our take on the Academy Awards. So there are some people that I want to give awards to tonight that have done different things. Unfortunately, again, because of lack of time, I'm going to read the names. I'd like if you can all stand up, but your award will be outside on the table near where all the raffle prizes are. Okay? Because it would take too long for everybody to come up. So, the first awards are for the Paw Award. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is a Paw Award, and this goes to all the kids that were in the background in the filming. We had lots of kids. So when I say your names, stand up so everybody can see who you are. Ian, Luke, Lauren, Hunter, Lexi, MJ, Sawyer, River, Penny, Seth, Levi, Kira, Connor, Maisie, Riley, Andrea, Sasha, Ashley, and Gina. So, big round of applause for these guys. So after you watch the movie, make sure you go and get your little Paw Award. We're so grateful that you guys were part of the film. It made it even that much better knowing that you weren't background actors, you were actually our peeps. The next awards are going to, or this is the award. This is what the award's in. It's a lapel pin. It's a lapel pin. And again, these will be outside on the table with your name on it. But if I can have these following people stand up, these are the people that without them, we would not be able to surf Ricochet. And that is Ryan, Dana, Joan, Jen, John, Darren, Max, he's not here, his family's representing, but Seth helps too, Deb, and Jody. Okay, the next awards are the same, a lapel pin, and these are for our photographers and videographers that not only give us their time and talent, but they donate it. And they have given us hundreds and hundreds of photos and videos, and Uncle Vernon over there with the video camera. So here are the people I would like to stand up now so we can all recognize all these wonderful photographers and videographers. Rachel, Vernon, Tammy, raise your hand, Dale, Troy, and Larry. Big round of applause. Another award goes out to Greg. Greg helped us get a new Honda. Yeah, so he's pretty special. So he has an award too. Thank you very much. Everybody else that's in the theater now get an award too. And those are little logo keychains and charms that you'll find also on the table out there. Now we move on to these lovely trophies. And these go to some pretty special people. So, without these two people, none of us would be here today. Ricochet wouldn't be doing what she does today. One of these people is not here, and I'm probably never going to speak to him again, whether he gets paid or not for working, and Jennifer. So Patrick and Jennifer. If Jennifer could please come to the stage, wherever you are, Jennifer. I can't see up there. Are you way up there? Okay, it's gonna take her a while, so I'll just tell you the story. A story. So, Jennifer, when I called her and said, hey, we want to do a fundraiser for your son, and we want to do it that has to do with surfing, because Ricochet surfs and Patrick surfs, it would probably make a lot more sense seeing what they had in common when we do our fundraiser. So we went out to the beach that day, and the plan was that Patrick would be on his board, Ricochet would be on her board. We'd pitch them both off, not me, but they'd pitch them off onto a wave, and we'd kind of show, okay, that's what they do, they surf together. But after a while, a couple rides, Ricochet jumped off of her board and onto Patrick's. And Jennifer, as his mama, had to trust my dog. Nobody had ever done anything like that before. Put a dog on a surfboard with a boy who was quadriplegic from a car accident when he was 15 months old, I believe. So without her trusting Ricochet, and without Patrick being a 14-year-old I can do anything kid, we wouldn't be here right now. So I love you, and I'm so glad that you're here. I also have to say that after the fundraiser, it was really a successful fundraiser. He got, I think 3 years of his physical therapy paid for by a grant in addition to other funds. And afterwards I said to Jennifer, how do we ever top that? So I want to present this to you, Jennifer, and one for Patrick, even though he's not here.
Thank you. So I was not expecting this. I am so grateful, beyond words. I don't even know how to put into words what all Judy and Ricochet have done for us. My son Patrick isn't here because he's in Hollywood working. And he went to rehab and therapy because of Judy and because of Ricochet. And then also our friend Dee up there was part of that. There were so many people that were involved in that. And he's living this fantastic life. He's in a wheelchair, but he's got a girlfriend, and he drives, and he works in Hollywood, and he's making movies. And honestly, I don't know where we'd be without you. So I'm beyond grateful for all of you that played a part in this, and I'm very happy that all the lives that Ricochet's been able to touch. And so, God bless all of you, and thank you. Thank you, Judy.
I didn't tell you everything. Okay, let's see who's next. Okay, so this person, same. Without this person, Ricochet couldn't, where'd she go? Oh. She couldn't do what she does. I don't surf, I don't swim, I fall down if a wave hits me, so.
Ricochet's a dog?
Yeah, right.
What's your name?
So I would like to present our next award to Dave King. Without Dave, none of this would be happening. He has been Ricochet's water handler for most of her career. And not only that, when you break your pelvis, he'll also come and help you at your house. And take your dog when your dog hurts himself and put him in the car and stuff. And he also carries a lint roller in his pocket, just so you know. So I'm gonna let Dave take over.
I don't really have much to say, but I must tell you, all these years, when I look back, this has to be the best time in my whole life, hands down. I love each and every one of you. Every single person that ever showed up on the beach, that's the only reason we're here. And this girl right here, because she did all the work. My job, easy. Her job, countless hours. So I love you all. Thank you so much.
All right. So the next two awards are kind of, I have to do them together. And these two women, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be working with veterans with PTSD and service members. I would never have discovered what my dog is capable of without Carol Davis and Kim Elliott. So if you all can come up, and I want to give you guys an award. The program has been going on, the Canine Therapy program has been going on for about 8 years now. We started day one with it, and we've only missed a couple times. And what it has taught us about all our dogs, we are all the teams that have the dogs in that program, we're just amazed at what we've been able to discover. And hopefully in this film, you'll get a little inkling of what it is, and hopefully you'll be able to look at your dogs a little bit differently and see just how much they are trying to communicate with you, especially if you do have PTSD or anxiety. Your pet dog is trying to help you right now. You just maybe don't know that, but they are helping. So I'm going to turn this over to Carol so she could say a couple words.
We want to thank Judy so much because she has inspired our Seeker, our Canine Inspired Community Reintegration Program, which we work with our patients at Balboa, and all of our therapy dog volunteers have become so good at reading their dogs, and it's because of Judy's insights that's brought to us.
Hi, I'm Kim, and I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of the people that both of you ladies have touched. We have a lot of people here from the therapy side of it, as far as volunteers with your awesome dogs, and we can't thank you guys enough for the time that you spend. And Judy is really, really gifted in interpreting what the dogs are trying to communicate. So on behalf of all the hundreds of probably service members, both active duty and retired, and I don't know where Griff is, but there he is right there. So I'm honored and privileged to work with these awesome service members, and I thank you because we continually learn and we're continually moving forward. And it's awesome to see the great things that everybody's doing because of both of you. So thank you.
Okay. Let's see who's next. Okay. There's a little boy in this film, and I personally feel that he makes the film, or at least he makes Ricochet's segment. 7 years old, and this kid just was able to, I don't even have words, like he's able to show you how a child can go from being, he has sensory processing disorder. So he gets overwhelmed sometimes and maybe a little fearful sometimes. And so to see a child like that, who when I first met him was afraid to boogie board, and go on to become this hero to me and to be empowered, as you'll see in the film, it's really touching. So Logan, if you could come on down, or not. And he just had a birthday. So now he's 8. Do you want to say something?
Wait, actually, no, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know what you want to say?
Hi, Logan. Hi.
Okay. This is for you, Logie. Hi. Okay. Hi, Rick. You won an award? Aw. Okay, so this next award is for probably one of the most courageous people I know. Going to war and coming home and having anxiety and post-traumatic stress and seeing things that none of us could even imagine. And to be at the most vulnerable point in your life and be willing to share that on film, in a movie, so that others can see that there's hope and that dogs can heal. And that person is, I can't say all of what your title is, but it's Griff. He can tell you he can tell you what his actual title is. It's like some sergeant something. But yeah, we are so incredibly proud of Griff and honored that he was willing to be in this film with Ricochet and continue the relationship afterwards. And we know that there's going to be lives saved because of you. She can read him well.
Excuse me? What's your name again?
Judy.
Judy and Rustin. What's your last name?
I'll try to keep this short. So there's a few things I just wanted to say or share with you guys. So just to kind of give you a little backstory, one of the most challenging aspects of overcoming PTSD is awareness, self-awareness.
She's trying to make eye contact, and then we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. She's feeling my anxiety right now, so. So basically, I just wanted to tell you guys that that's what Ricochet helped me with the most. Before I met Judy and Ricochet, I had already been in therapy for at least a solid year. Just various things, different groups, different types of therapy. And none of it was really working. I didn't have any breakthroughs. I was learning a lot of things, but I still had an issue with being aware of how my PTSD was actually affecting me and how it was presenting itself. So working with Ricochet helped me understand just how bad it was and the impact it was having on my life. She helped me discover the truth of what was really going on deep down inside in a place that I had almost completely lost touch with. I got pretty good at doing what we call faking the funk, or putting on your game face. But Ricochet can't be fooled. She can't be tricked. She knows what's up. So no matter how well I projected myself, I appreciate that. So no matter how well I projected myself and how I carried myself, I'd show up to our sessions. We did 6 weeks the first time around. I think it was like week 5 when I finally had a breakthrough. The first 4 weeks, I would show up and Ricochet would be alerting to my triggers, kind of like you guys see her now. You know, I walked up here, she immediately started responding to me. And Judy would always ask me to check in with myself. How are you doing? And I'm fine, I'm doing great, yeah, let's do this. But in reality, I was like, all the bells and whistles were going off. I was having a really hard time, just falling apart on the inside. And like I said, Ricochet, automatically, she can pick it up. You can't hide anything from her. One time I was joking, but it's actually pretty true. I was talking about how the theme of the movie is Superpower Dogs, and we're talking about their superpowers. And I always say Superman has X-ray vision, but Ricochet has soul vision. She connects with you in the deepest parts of your soul and immediately shows you what's there. And so with that awareness, that gift she gave me of awareness and helping me reach that place and have a better understanding, a deeper understanding of myself and what was going on with me, I was able to start getting better. And therapy, the other therapies that I was engaged in were helping me as well. And I just want to say that without this awareness, without that awareness, the gift that she gave me, I'd surely be lost. Without it, I wouldn't be standing here before you today. Life's a journey and doesn't happen in an instant. In the same way, awareness and courage aren't achieved in an instant. It takes a lifetime of continuous practice. We have to remember that life isn't about being, it's about the journey of becoming. And thanks to the work I've done with Judy and Ricochet, I get to continue this lifelong journey of becoming. And I just want to say thank you.
We love you, Greg.
We forgot one thing, your trophy. But you guys all got to actually see how a dog responds to someone when they have anxiety and such. And it's not just Ricochet that does it. She does it in ways that are very obvious when she stops and plants and won't move. But every dog does this, and that's what I'm hoping this film will help us achieve, is to teach other people how to listen to their dogs. So thank you, Griff, so much. And all right, we have one last award. Oh, she could go with you if you want. Thank you, Griff. It's Staff Sergeant Persons, I don't know the initial, Griffith, the 4th, I think? It's all that, retired. Okay, so the last award here is for someone that made a promise to me 4 years ago. And through this journey of 4 years, when Daniel, the director of this film, contacted me, I kept telling him, Ricochet's getting older, she's getting older, we need to film, when are we gonna film? And then once we did film, I made his life miserable.
Yes.
And through it all, he only got short with me one time. So I really, I can't say enough about Daniel and him having the faith in Ricochet to be in this film, because you have search and rescue dogs, water rescue dogs, avalanche rescue dogs, the dogs that sniff out poachers in Kenya. So they're all like rescuing people, and I'm like, but Ricochet serves. But what I have come to understand, because I didn't feel she fit in, but what I've come to realize is that she does emotional rescue. And she totally fits in with this, and I'm just so grateful to have the platform to be able to continue speaking about how our dogs can help. And Daniel, oh, there he is. I'm gonna let Daniel come up and give him his award, and then he'll introduce the film for you. If you are standing when he finishes, please go back out to the lobby. If you don't like the seat you're in, again, we're gonna show it at 8 o'clock. Okay?
Daniel.
This means more than any Oscar right here.
Oscar the big kid.
There is a lot of love in this theater and a lot of trust. And Judy's absolutely right on many accounts. Yes, she made my life difficult, but not out of malice or spite, but because she's got something that's more valuable than I could summarize in a few sentences. And she was justifiably nervous that we were going to fumble the ball, that we were going to oversimplify Ricochet's superpowers, that we were going to betray the trust, because it's all about trust, and you're going to see that in this film. So, look, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who helped with the movie. Just being here tonight is very humbling. We're opening the movie in 60 cities around the country and doing a lot of press, and I'm just so thrilled. But I wanted to come here, and I wanted to be here tonight because Ricochet and Judy have taught me so much about what dogs have to give. I have learned so much making this movie. In fact, I'm going to confess to you that when my producing partner Dominic came to me and he said, I want to make an IMAX movie about dogs, I was very skeptical because, I love dogs, we all do, but really on a screen like this size, I just didn't see it. And he took me around the world on this incredible journey. And we met avalanche rescue dogs in Canada and Switzerland. We met water rescue dogs in Italy. We met wildlife trackers in Kenya who track down poachers and bring them to justice. And we met urban search and rescue dogs who find people buried in an earthquake or a tornado. But there was something missing from the movie, which was Ricochet. I'm not even going to say a generic emotional support dog, because there's that, but then there's Ricochet. She's something else. And I found them online. As you know, Judy is, she's a ubiquitous poster, and we love her for it, and she's built this amazing thing. And I flew down to San Diego, and we were at Escondido at a Starbucks, and I had read everything I could. And Ricochet sat under the table. I told the story last night, but I still remember it. And all of a sudden, she just perked up, and like she did when Griff got up here. And like she was alerting to something, and she just went a beeline right over to a gentleman who was at the far end of the Starbucks and sort of sat down and began prodding him. And eventually we went over, and he just said, I got to tell you, I don't know this dog, I'm not sure, but you just made my week. I've just had the worst week possible. This dog has just made me feel so much better. And so Judy has always said, dog can, Dave says it too, Ricochet can walk into a room of strangers and know who needs her the most and go right to that person to be able to provide for that need. And that's remarkable. I've met dogs who can do that for their handlers, but not for strangers, complete strangers. So this film is all about trust for me and the bond between dogs and people. And I met Judy and Ricochet. They changed my life in profound ways. I had to capture that on film. It was the hardest thing we had to do, harder than helicopters and boats and stunts and danger and all of this. I have to share another anecdote with you, is that the narrator of the movie is Chris Evans. You guys know who Chris Evans is, Captain America. Yes, Chris Evans, huge dog lover. So I was with Chris in the studio, and he was very professional in doing his narration. And when he got to the Ricochet scene, he first of all he laughed about the birds, which you're going to see, and then he by the end of it with your sequence, Griff and Logan, he broke down and started to cry. So it was, when you got someone who's trying to be so professional and just do their job, and so we really reached him and other people, and I've had a phenomenal response. We've shown this film at the California Science Center. Griff and Logan and other people were there, Dave, Judy, and Ricochet, and just to be able to connect with the audience and to convey this message that dogs are always teaching us, and that Judy always said this, that dogs are always communicating with us, and we just have to learn how to listen. So hopefully this film goes on to play for many, many years and does much more as a legacy project. So I want to thank you, Judy and Ricochet and everybody, Griff and Logan and Dave and the entire group who worked with us, for trusting us and me to tell the story on this canvas. Thank you. I also want to just say, this is a kind of an interesting screen, okay? I don't know, how many of you have seen a movie in this theater before? Hands up, okay.
Science movie.
Great. So I would always encourage you to try and get towards the middle and back if you can. These seats in the front are a little bit unforgiving, just because every time we move the camera, the whole theater moves. So if you ever feel dizzy at any point, just close your eyes. Also, there will be a second screening, as Judy mentioned, so if you feel like you're not in an optimal seat, you can maybe, if you want to leave and come back and try a seat further up. But otherwise, hopefully you see yourself, and those of you who were there, all of your names are in the credits, so please stay for the credits.
Judy, thank you for doing all the work and giving me a little bit of the credit. I love you.
Uncle Vernon, you were in the movie!
Yeah, he told me. He warned me beforehand.
Oh, okay. And I saw Maggie too, and Deb, and hello, I down here.
Next up,
Yep, I just want to tell you guys thank you for everything, and you know, my life is better for meeting you and working with you, and you know, I can't thank you enough. You're amazing people, and I hope that you know, we always stay in touch and make time to be with one another at future events and things. And I love you guys, and thank you so much.